In part 2, we have learned about total fixed cost, total variable cost, and total cost. Let us continue the chapter. First is average fixed cost. The cost of per unit of output is called the average fixed cost. Average fixed cost is obtained by dividing total fixed cost of a firm with total production unit. Thus, AFC is equal to TFC upon TP. Now here you can see output. Output is your total production. So output is 10 and total fixed cost is 100. So 100 upon 10 you get the answer 10. 100 upon 20 you get the answer 5. So that is your average fixed cost. So your table is clear. Now we are putting that table in the graph format. Unit produced are shown on x-axis, whereas average fixed cost AFC is shown on your y-axis. When production increases, the total fixed cost gets distributed among more units, and so average fixed cost decreases. Due to the decreasing cost, the average fixed cost curve AFC is downward sloping curve, but it never becomes zero. That means it will not cut your x-axis. Average variable cost. Average variable cost is the variable cost per unit of output. It is obtained by dividing total variable cost by total units produced, or say total production, that is your TP. So we put it in the formula as AVC is equal to TVC upon TP, that is average variable cost is equal to total variable cost divided by total production. Suppose a firm's total variable cost is rupees 150 and a firm produces 20 units of output. So 150 divided by 20 you get rupees 7.5. So that is your average variable cost. So here you can see the total production, that is the output is given. Next column is your total variable cost, and when you divide it you get the average variable cost. 80 divided by 10 you get 8, 150 by 20 you are going to get 7.5, 210 divided by 30 you got 7. So this way we got the table ready, and now we are going to put it in the graph. So in the graph you can see how the points have been plotted and it is being joined. So you get your average variable cost curve. The schedule shows output, total variable cost TVC and average variable cost AVC of a firm. The graph shows output of that is on x-axis and average variable cost on your y-axis. First, the average variable cost moves left to right, upward to downward, that is it has a negative slope curve. This indicates that in beginning, as output increases, average variable cost decreases because it follows the law of increasing return to scale. After the production of 30 units, average variable cost shows an increasing trend because it follows decreasing return to scale law. Thus, average variable cost is related to the volume of production. Let us learn about average cost or average total cost. Average cost is obtained by dividing total cost upon total production or the units of production. So we say AC is equal to TC upon TP. Average cost is equal to fixed cost plus variable cost. Already we learned that total cost is what? Fixed cost plus variable cost. So average cost, as you said, TC upon TP, and you can also say average cost is equal to fixed cost plus variable cost divided by total production. So now you can see from the example that 9 divided by 1 you got 9 as average cost, 16 divided by 2 you got 8, 21 by 3 your average cost is 7, 28 by 4 your average cost is 7. Now as the level of output increases, the total cost rises, but initially the average cost falls, then remains constant and subsequently rises. If such a trend of average cost is plotted, the following diagram is obtained. X-axis shows output and y-axis average cost. As can be seen, initially up to certain rises in production of units, the average cost decreases. From the concept of average fixed cost and average variable cost, we know that after production of some units, the increase in average variable cost is more in comparison to decrease in average fixed cost. As a result, total cost increases and average cost curves becomes U-shaped. So we say this as an U-shaped diagram. Let us learn about the marginal cost. The change in total cost when an additional unit of output is produced is called your marginal cost. Suppose unit produced is equal to N, total cost is equal to TC. So we say TC by N. Similarly, for N minus 1 units, 1 unit lesser than N units, total cost of N minus 1 units. So TC N minus 1 we mention. So while doing the sum, whichever output you are taking, that will be your TCN, and the output above that, the previous one, that is known as TCN minus 1. So you can see like TC3 minus TC3 minus 1. So you can see where the 3 position is. So there you are getting total cost 21, and 3 minus 1 is 2. So there you are getting 16 as an answer. So 21 minus 16 is equal to 5. I hope now you can calculate and you can get the marginal cost by yourself. Now let us put it in the graph. The graph shows output in units on x-axis and average cost on y-axis. As per the data till output of third unit, both total average cost and marginal cost decreases. After third unit, the total average cost and marginal cost increases. Because of the increase in total variable cost at diminishing rate, and after some point increases at increasing rate. Due to such data, in the diagram, marginal cost curve is like a hockey stick, or it's like your tick mark. Till the third unit, marginal cost is decreasing, therefore marginal cost curve has negative slope. After the third unit, with the increase in production, marginal cost increases, therefore marginal cost curve has a positive slope. So marginal cost curve is like hockey stick. Now as you have learned to calculate average cost and marginal cost, now here is a table which shows average cost and marginal cost from the total cost and from the output. Now let us learn the interrelationship between average cost curve and marginal cost curve. Now here in the diagram, the output unit is shown on x-axis, average cost AC and marginal cost MC are shown on y-axis, and their curves are plotted. Now let's see the relationship. Marginal cost less than average cost. Initially, as average cost decreases, marginal cost also decreases. But marginal cost decreases more rapidly than the average cost. Hence, when marginal cost is decreasing, its curve remains below the curve of average cost. So we say MC less than AC, marginal cost less than average cost. Second is marginal cost equal to average cost. When average cost is minimum, the marginal cost curve intersects the average cost curve from below. At the point of intersection, the marginal cost and average cost becomes equal. That is, MC is equal to AC. Marginal cost equal to average cost. Third is marginal cost greater than average cost. When marginal cost curve intersects the average cost curve, both the costs start increasing. After this point, increase in marginal cost is rapid than the increase in average cost. Hence, marginal cost curve goes above average cost curve, that is MC greater than AC, marginal cost greater than average cost. As we know that cost per unit of output is called average cost, and the cost increased to produce one extra unit of a commodity is called the marginal cost. A producer in long run decides to continue production if price of a commodity is more than the average cost. On the other hand, in short run, the producer decides to continue production if price of a commodity is more than marginal cost. Thus, the average cost and marginal cost play an important role in taking decision about production. Long run average cost curve. This curve shows the firm that the minimum or lowest average total cost at which a firm can produce any given level of output in the long run. Benham says that there is no distinctions between fixed cost and variable cost in the long run. For example, the remuneration paid to an employee is considered as a fixed cost in the short run. However, in the long run, in response to an increase in demand, the producer decides to increase production, and for that he appoints new workers or buy new land or rent in new land, etc. So the factor which were fixed in the short run becomes variable in the long run. Total revenue, TR. Money received by a firm on selling the units it produces is known as revenue. The total income received by a firm from sale is called total revenue. Thus, income is known as total revenue or sales revenue. A firm's total income is based on two things: price per unit and total sale. Change in one or both the factor brings change in the revenue of the firm. So, total revenue is equal to units sold, Q, into or multiplied by price of commodity, P. So here is an example. A firm produces pen. Sale price per unit of a pen is rupees 50. Total sale is equal to 100 units. So TR is equal to Q into P. So 100 into 50, which is equal to rupees 5,000. So firm's total revenue, TR, is equal to rupees 5,000. The firm's total revenue will change if the sale of a commodity increase or decrease, or price increase or decrease, or both the above factor changes. Average revenue. The revenue generated per unit of output sold is called average revenue, AR. It is obtained by dividing total revenue with total sale. So average revenue, AR, is equal to total revenue upon total sale. For example, a firm produces pen, so total sale is 1000 units. Total revenue is equal to 50,000. So average revenue is equal to 50,000 upon 1000. So you get rupees 50. Thus the firm's average revenue per pen is rupees 50. When the firm sells all units of commodity at the same price, the average revenue is equal to price. AR is equal to P. If price and average revenue are equal, then for producer it is demand curve, which is also average revenue curve for him. Demand curve shows on different price how many commodities consumer is ready to purchase. On the other hand, average revenue curve shows the average revenue of a producer with the sale of commodity. In short, we remember that average revenue by the angle of producer is also price of consumer's angle. Marginal revenue. The change in total revenue which results from the sale of one more unit of a commodity is called the marginal revenue. So, you can see the formula MRN is equal to RN minus Rn minus 1. As we did before the marginal revenue, same formula is applicable over here, and you can see the example also. Let us learn total revenue, average revenue and marginal revenue under perfect competitive market. Perfect market or perfect competitive market is defined by several characteristics. Perfect competitive market is such a market where firm accepts market price and sells their commodity. Buyers and sellers have complete knowledge of market situation, and there are large number of buyers and sellers. In perfect competition, market price is equal to average revenue is equal to marginal revenue. So we say P is equal to AR is equal to MR. Under such market condition, if price of commodity is rupees 50, then average revenue and marginal revenue of the firm will also be rupees 50. In this diagram, you can see marginal revenue and average revenue are constant and same. Then you can see one line or says curve DD. All points on DD curve will show average revenue is equal to marginal revenue. Average revenue and marginal revenue curve are parallel to x-axis as shown by DD curve. Average revenue and marginal revenue curve have merged into one another, and since value of both the revenues are same and constant, the slope of curve is 0. Total revenue curve represented by point OR is at 45-degree angle at 0 point, that is origin point. This curve indicates that as the sale of goods increases, total revenue also increases at equal rate. Hence, the slope of total revenue curve is positive and of equal proportion. Average revenue and marginal revenue with the help of a diagram in imperfect competition market. A situation where perfect competition is absent is called imperfect competition or imperfectly competitive market. Monopoly, duopoly, oligopoly, monopolistic competition, etc. are examples of imperfectly competitive market. In such market, the seller has to reduce the price in order to sell more units. This means he tries to increase demand of his commodity by increasing its sales by decreasing the prices. So his total revenue increases at a diminishing rate. This practice results in a difference between average revenue and marginal revenue. As price decreases, the average revenue decreases and its curve slopes downward from left to right. Due to reduced average revenue, marginal revenue also decreases. However, the decrease in marginal revenue is rapid in comparison to average revenue. Therefore, marginal revenue curve is below average revenue curve, which we can see in this diagram. As price decreases, the average revenue decreases and its curves slopes downward from left to right. Hence, the revenue curve is negatively sloped. So, this is an imperfect market competition.